bring out Miss Chrisette Michelle.
Hi, ladies. How are you? Have you made some friends tonight?
Yes,
Oh, that is all I want to hear, is that you made friends. That is what tonight is about. So that is about making friends, meeting people, saying hello, and bringing social media to the streets. I know we all have our wonderful Instagram handles and Twitter handles and YouTube names, and I am obsessed with every last one of you. I follow most of you guys. I watch most of your videos. I mean, it's ridiculous, really. So seeing you in real life, seeing you girls in real life is like so freaking cool to me. And I'm just so happy that you're here. I'm gonna make a speech before we get started because I'm the queen of speech. Have a nit to pick. We can be positive on social media. Make some noise if you believe that. We can love on each other. We can comment kindly to each other. We can say beautiful things about other people, and it doesn't take anything away from us. So tonight is all about positivity. So look at your neighbor and say, positivity rocks.
Positivity rocks.
I'm going to introduce the most beautiful girl that you have ever seen in your entire life. Her name is Simone, and her Instagram handle is Simone Blue Jay with 2 Y's. I wrote this while I was filming R&B Divas Los Angeles. Don't wake me up too early in the morning. A diva needs her tea, so watermelon please, so sweet. I got a problem with the break of dawning. Yeah, a diva really does need her sleep. Snap your fingers. I'm brave, I'm bold, but first I need my TV. Yeah, a little bit of news, a couple of cartoons, yes please. Check Instagram and all the Twitter postings. Ooh, I wonder what the world thinks of me. Am I a superstar? Is that who I am? Some superstar? No, not really, not at all. I'm this, a super Chris. I am a super duper Chris. I am my best. I can only be Chris. So before I bring up a very special person who's going to spend some time with you and I want to sing one more song. Ooh, I see it clear, my heart is here. We got each other, let's take it from there. If I could, I'd love you up forever at a time. Oh, what we've been through, no one else knows. 'Cause all that matters is how far this goes. Will go until it starts again. Whoa, you and me, I feel like nothing can stop love from loving on. And I'm not asking for much, just a couple of forevers, a couple of forevers. Couple of forevers. I'm only asking for forever. See, I'm the only one, you're the only one. Can you take me to the bridge? Exposing yourself on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Tumblr, on Snapchat, is a very vulnerable thing to do. It's a very open thing to do when you are sharing a part of yourself with the world that some people are not brave enough to do. It's a big deal to have a large following on Twitter and Instagram and all of these social media handles. And you put yourself under the subjection of people's ideas and opinions and thoughts and judgments. And because you want to share something with the world, you allow yourself to go through those things, sometimes painful, sometimes uncomfortable. I want to bring up somebody who I speak to on a regular basis, somebody who has been with my family for many years, and nurse practitioner, Dr. Gilbert. You've been with my family for quite a few years, and you've watched us go through different things, you've watched us experience things, and you were there at the very beginning of me getting signed and experiencing what might be called fame. And it's been tumultuous. You've seen me go through ups and downs. Do you have anything that you want to say to these young ladies, some of them with very large social followings who have to experience a lot of the things that I experience?
The thing that I would say, always find somebody positive to be around. Do away with the negative. Be true to yourself. You are who you are. Don't let anyone else change you. And always find someone that you can trust, so to speak, to talk to. And watch what you put out there.
Watch what you put out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to open up the floor to you guys before I bring the ladies out, and I want to give you guys the chance to ask Dr. Gilbert and I, Dr. Nurse Practitioner Gilbert and I, a few questions.
I work for my church. I'm a young adults leader. I'm trying to start a social media following. However, I'm very insecure when it comes to a lot of the negative things that I get in person, just about my demeanor and stuff like that. I'm genuinely a caring person, but how do I deal with that? Not negative, because I'm in a real peaceful, thanks to you, I'm in a real peaceful state of mind just with God and everything like that. But how do I not let that affect me so much?
Always say positive things to you, to yourself rather. And if someone is saying something that you don't like, you have a right to call them on it. Not in a nasty way, but definitely speak your mind. And remove, if they're negative people, then remove yourself from them. You don't need that.
Hi. I like to sing and I want to start a music page. But nowadays on Instagram, it seems like in order for you to get noticed, you have to take off your clothes or show a hip or a booty and just want to show music. I don't, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I don't want to be that person that sells sex. So how do you stay true to yourself, but you still display the talents and the gifts that you were given?
There's nothing wrong with celebrating your body, your curves. And a lot of times, celebrating your body just means knowing what to wear. We're going to bring out a few fashionistas in a few minutes that talk about what to wear. And some of them have never shown one titty. And not one butt cheek. And they're very successful at what they do. So there is a way to be absolutely beautiful and stunning without showing any skin. But sometimes it's us who are uncomfortable with our curves and with our beauty. But I say experiment with celebrating your body. Yeah, without being risque and embarrassing. I love and adore her YouTube and Instagram page. Her name is Lover for Fashion. She goes by Fash. Coming up, Fash. Yes, this is Fash. Another round of applause for the beautiful Fash. You can have a seat, darling. Let's make some noise for Brosia. Speak R-O-S-I-A-A-A. Brosia, do you want to pose for everybody? So she can post and pose and pose and post. Woo. She's the fabulous minimalist. Make some noise for the beautiful Brosia. Make some noise for the beautiful Courtney Adeyemi. Can you be any more fabulous? Wow. Can you please pose for everybody so yes. We can post it? Jesus. Pick up your microphones, ladies. Let's get started. So
That's true.
that's the reason why I did this event. I did this event because I wanted women like us who believe in positivity and think that positivity rocks, to support each other, hashtag each other, tag each other, and show each other that we are not in this by ourselves, that there's a community of women in our own city that we can lean on and who understand what it is that we're going through. There are many, many positive women. And when I reached out to these ladies, and when she decided to sponsor my event, I found out that I didn't have to stand on this panel all by myself, and that there were people who were going to come and support me. When I reached out and said, any cool vloggers who want to come and vlog, I didn't hire somebody to go and find a vlog. They got emails from me. Excuse me, bro, I was just wondering if maybe you could, I don't have much money, but can you? And she, women are happy to support each other. Last night we went to the cafeteria. You've been to the cafeteria, it's expensive. She paid for everybody's dinner.
Wow.
There are women who, I'm gonna get choked up again. I've been crying all day. Oh, I'm sorry. But there are women who support each other. So when you meet somebody tonight, don't stop holding their hands. My assistant I found on Instagram. My vlogger I found on Instagram. The people who I've been traveling with the longest, my road manager, we found in an email that she sent me because she liked it. There are people who will support you, and sometimes your friends are in family, and sometimes your family are in friends. But hold on to the people that do care, because they are there. But when you find them, cherish them, value them, and thank them often. Yeah.
Jasmine is, I can relate to that. You're just a woman of many facets. You're multi-talented, and I used to look at it as like a gift and a curse, because you know, a lot of times people, they know what they like to do, and then they can just work at it, and then there are people that just can do so much, and you want to do it all at once. But what I would recommend is that you take the one thing that you love. I mean, you love them all, but take the one thing that you love and you want to start that first, and get that going, a well-oiled machine, and move to the next. Don't let all of your dreams fall. You can do it all. I really believe that.
Being a blogger and watching other bloggers, I've noticed that a lot of bloggers actually, when they pick out their day to blog, they shoot 3 and 4 posts in that day, and that allows you to spread it out. So you can shoot 4 posts and spread that out for that whole month. And you want to take different angles. So take a picture of your bag, share that. Share a picture of your shoes, and that'll allow you to really spread it out and get the people to, you know, consistently keep watching your blog. Like, oh, is this a new post? It may not be a new post, but because you're showing different angles of that outfit, it's keeping them coming back to your blog, watching your blog. So I think when you do find that day to blog, try to get as much as possible in there, and then just spread it out. And that's a way to keep consistent without having to blog every single day. And I would say that a good consistent amount would be maybe 3 times a week. Yeah, 3 times a week is good. I don't have a personal page. I don't share a whole lot, but I feel like the people that watch me, they know who I am, and I want to be able to share that with everyone. I'm a private person, but I don't mind sharing with everyone that follows me, because it's all about that interaction. So I like for people to see the good, the bad, and the uglies. It really doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I don't separate the two, because it's a part, I mean, being lover for fashion is a part of my life, so I want to share that with you guys.
I have a personal page on Facebook, and I don't know if some of my family has ever seen any of my music, my videos, or anything that I've done, but they know what I post on my personal Facebook page. So yeah, I have a personal Facebook page.
Well, I think it's a few things. For one, you kind of have to do, like you just said, kind of monitor your page and see how it kind of worked for you. For me, posting at night is not as good as posting in daytime, but I do know when I post at night, for me, I'm gearing towards more of those international customers. So when I post at night, I maybe post something about international shipping. Teaming up with someone else, you know, just like today, I hate to say it, but you know, if you had something to give someone, like on the stage, then sometimes a person may feel kind of like obligated. Not that you're kind of pushing anything going on, but I know for me, I kind of feel like obligated to, like, you know, share the love, or you know what I mean. So definitely, even like to where we are today, I mean, we're teaming up with people with an even more following base, because obviously we want them to do the same thing. You know, we send them something. You know, we have celebrities that call the office all day looking for products, and okay, I'm going to ship it out to you. You know. and just to, get that relationship going with them. Or giveaways is a big thing. We do a lot of giveaways. You may see I post something and I say, well, share this on your page to enter. You know what I mean? And that definitely gets things kind of circulating. And then I would say for the last thing, even though we're a hair company, you see, I don't post a lot of hair stuff all the time. I don't want to saturate it with just hair, you know what I mean? Because it kind of gets boring for people, So you may, just like she was saying earlier, I throw a beauty of the day, then I throw my ad in there, beauty of the day, you know what I mean? So just kind of break it up a little bit so it won't be like, okay, her ad type thing. Then you may see me post something funny, you know what I mean? And that definitely gets things going. I mean, if I post something funny, literally everybody's like tagging, like, oh my God, did you see this? So, you know what I mean? And or you may say, if this person reminds you of someone, tag them. You know what I mean? It could be something funny. So definitely change it up. I think people like diversity. It's just not that one thing that you have, but it's women that's following you. You know what I mean? So throw a pretty person in there. I'll shout someone else out. Like you see me post someone like with some nails, the fingernails. Or pretty lipstick, you know what I mean? Just to try to, diversify it a little bit. So they're thinking about the main choice when they see purple, you know what I mean? So as a branding, that's what we decided to do with the color purple, you know what I mean? So we're turning everything purple. So that's why you don't see the white shirts anymore, left check. We're turning those purple, So I think branding is key. That goes along with the consistency. So when you're posting things, give it that same flavor a little bit, you know what I mean? As like a company, whatever, if it's that color, you should be able to recognize. There's a few companies now, you can see like a color and you automatically associate like who that company is. You know what I mean? Motions. You see that yellow, you think, okay, you know what I mean? So pick up on something and kind of brand with that. I really don't think I have no marketing experience, but I built the main choice from the ground up. I have yet to incorporate a marketing company. Just hired a marketing person. You know what I mean? So what I found out is that no one knows my company better than me. No one can sell it better than me. You know what I mean? So use that, give that to the public. You know what I mean? Educate them and just brand with that. And I think at some point you'll need help with that, but I definitely think you can get it off the ground yourself if that's your passion.
What do you think about competition? Do you participate in it? And how comfortable are you in that space?
I don't really.
I don't look at it as competition because we're all different.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all very different, and I mean, no one looks alike 100%, and we can be doing the same exact thing. There's plenty of room for everybody. There is plenty of room. I feel like, let me say, anytime I go to an event, I never feel that competitive vibe from anyone that I meet. It feels like a sisterhood. Like when we finally meet, oh, I've seen you online YouTube videos too. We all do the same thing. It's like, oh, like that's my sister. Like we have a bond.
And competition is, I guess from a business standpoint, you can really take advantage of that. I remember when I came out with my product, I had one product. I had the deep conditioner. And I went to a trade show with that one product, and they set me next to like a big company, that was selling all kind of products, but I was very confident in my one product, you know what I mean? And the love that was just showed, you know what I mean? And like the sales was just ridiculous with this one product, Even like today, if I do like a show, or if I do like a sponsorship, I don't even ask who's there as a company, I don't. But like our competition has pulled out when they found out that the main choice is there, But literally, I will sell right next to the competition. You know what I mean? I think if you're comfortable with what you're doing and you have like faith in your product or faith in your brand, you know what I mean? It's not a competition. I know I can't sell to everybody. You know what I mean? I know everybody is not going to want to, see Courtney Natural Hair. So it's not really competition. If you focus that into yourself, then you definitely will stand out.
Don't do shouts for shouts or follow for follow. It's kind of spammy. I mean, you can post on Instagram. You don't have to do YouTube videos to be successful on Instagram. Post your pictures. Be confident in all the pictures that you do post, and I mean, you know, throw in your hashtag, grab your signature hashtag for your company, your brand, and get people to catch on to that. I mean, you can hashtag fashion or style, and people will see that, and they'll go to your pictures. If you're posting some really good stuff, they're gonna follow you. And I mean, it's always nice to follow back. You know, if you're into it, follow back. But I feel like the post for post, that's kind of spammy.
Was what you just said. It's about getting those real people in.
Okay.
You start from the ground up. Remember when I went on my first tour, it was me and my mom, and we purchased a car, and we took it all around the country for our shows. I carried a Yamaha keyboard into every single venue, and we might sing for 20 people. I might make $100 one night, $200 the next night. And I was signed to a major record company with Jay-Z and Ellie Reed by my side. And I was all by myself with my mom traveling around the country. And I got 20 new fans at a time.
Wow.
That maybe be 30 new fans, and I sang like my life depended on it. I sang like everybody in that room needed me to sing in that moment. And now when I go from city to city, those same people are still there. So followings build and they take time. So you gotta be patient. I know that, but Broja, remind me, I think I know the number, but remind me how many years you've been at the YouTube game.
Yeah, it took me a really long time. It's been probably over 8 years now. It took a really long time. It was slow growth, definitely.
Fash, how long have you been at the YouTube game?
About 6.
It's a long time. They didn't just start yesterday. And they started out with no followers, right? You didn't suddenly have
I had
followers.
0 for a long time. I was just talking to myself for a long time. I was okay with it. It was good. I was happy. I liked it. I have no such thing as too many hashtags. We were talking about that as well. Use hashtags that are relevant, but only use a couple. Maybe have a couple. 2? Like 2. I feel like when there's like 5 hashtags, you're kind of pushing it though. Just a couple. I feel like when you have too many, it looks like and then those people that are coming from the hashtags, like, are they all relevant to that one photograph?
Well,
I think what might be better than hashtagging is, because this is what's gotten my attention and what makes me follow people that, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you follow me. Leave a comment on someone's picture. I mean, I can't vouch and say that this is gonna work, but comment on someone's picture and let them know, like, hey, this is what I do. You don't have to leave a long paragraph. Check me out. And I always check people out. I mean, the feed's always rolling, but when I see that link, I click it, and when I'm loving it, I follow. And I feel like that's what people do. That's how you get genuine followers.
A diva needs her teas, a watermelon, please, so sweet. I got a problem with the break of dawning, yeah. A diva really does need her sleep. Snap your fingers. I'm brave, I'm bold, but first I need my TV, yeah. A little bit of news, a couple of cartoons, yes please. Check Instagram and all the Twitter postings. Ooh, I wonder what the world thinks of me. Am I a superstar? Is that who I am? Some superstar? No, not really, not at all.